This is the fourth part of the series Let's Draw Manga. So the first video was about characters as well as the storyline. The second one was about paneling, of course, or sketching. The third one was about negative space and continuation of sketching. And today is about inking and perspective. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and let's get started with the video. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, this is T-Rex, Milano T-Rex. Today we're supposed to be starting with inking. And to start inking, we need to, well, put those sketches, hold on, let me just hide this one for now. Let me put those sketches on the pencil color so that I can start inking on it and make a better, cleaner work. So let's go ahead and create another layer and call it ink. Right. So one of the things that I do to make it easier for myself to detect, so I just color it with black here so it's easier for me to navigate around here. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, let's get with inking. So as a general rule for inking, you're supposed to have fast strokes, right? You have to make it careful, and they have to be fast, so you can actually make interesting strokes, clean ones. So for example, if you go slowly over this one, see, if you compare it to this one, of course you might not get it right from the first time, but with practice you would. It's even sometimes harder with tablets than it is on paper. I mean, personally, I think of it this way because I tried both, and I think inking on paper is much more easier and faster. That's why I think that Cintiqs, if you don't know what Cintiq is, it's a Awaken product. It's a display device. Cintiq might be easier for those who are traditionally drawing in comparison to the tablet. And the one that I'm using is the Bamboo. It's a pretty old one. I wanted to upgrade it to the Intuos or even Cintiq, but I didn't because it's a good quality, and thus far it's fine. It's working fine. The longevity of this product is pretty high. So if you're planning to get one, you gotta choose wisely, because when you get something from Wacom, it's gonna last a long time with you, and I'm telling you this out of experience. Now I have the tablet here for like 4 years, still going on. I've dropped the pen a lot everywhere. Many times the pen dropped open into 2 pieces. Still just assemble it and get it back to work, and it's working fine. So if you're talking about good quality, well, I suggest you take a look at Wacom's product and see if you like anything there. So when you're drawing long lines, so for example this one, it might be really hard to get it with the first stroke. Well, I got it there, but anyway, if it was hard, say, so you might want to just make a smaller one and then follow it with a smaller one, and like that, so you get it all like this, and you have it clear and as straight as possible as you can do in comparison to having one stroke like that. You have a better control if you do it in segments. And honestly, drawing clothes is supposed to be different than drawing skin and the character. You don't do it normally like a skin, you know, it doesn't have to go full long smooth line, but if you go in segments, you have a part that is thin, right, like this one right here. It's thinner than this part, then it gets thick here, and you go again like this. So it's not continuously the same. It's not standard thickness all the way. Out of observation, this is what it is. a quick tip to make it really easier for you to ink and to maintain your workflow. If you're using Manga Studio or Click Paint, keep your finger on the letter C on your keyboard. So, because that's the line, I press C and I go to transparent one. So I can actually go back and forth and have an easier workflow. I don't like to flip the pen every time to use the eraser. I tend to erase a lot, and if I keep using that, I'm gonna end up taking a lot of time to finish my pieces. So yeah, okay, hold on, let me show you this part. So you see now that I'm filling color here, it's not filling all the way to the edges because I have this button pressed. If I use this one, this is going to have it active only on the layer that is selected. So if I do it this way, if I do it this way, it won't have the same effect. That is because this is going to apply it on all the layers. So it's like you're selecting everything and filling up, right? Or dealing with all the layers as one. Now we have them inked. And as you can see or tell, this inking is so dull. To make it look better, you can go over to those areas where the line overlaps. So like, for example, like this part here. The lines are supposed to get thicker at this area where the shadow is collected, right? Because the shadow groups in right over this corner. I have an easier way of doing it, actually. So for example, you're gonna get a lot of shadows here, right? I'm just gonna select this one. Again, if this technique doesn't suit you, then well, find just your own. This way, deselect those, right, and fill. Alright, so in areas like this one, I don't want to put a shadow here. Or maybe at least if I want, I would do it in screen tone because I don't want it to be so dark, right, at this point right there. But to make the ink look, well, more professional, kind of thicken it the way they meet. So whenever something like two lines meeting, make it thicker in comparison to this one. So you see now I just made another layer and picked the sketch layer, which kind of enables me to see the body proportion. So now that I made this, I can realize that the proportion here is totally off and I need to correct it. Whenever you have margins, you kind of feel marginalized and you don't have that much freedom of movement. You don't go naturally as you would if you were in the middle of a page and nothing is limiting your movement. So this actually limiting your vision in the canvas and forces you to stick on the boundaries, which results in this kind of problems, throwing off the proportion in order to compensate for our vision limitation with the margins. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm still marginalized with those boundaries, but as long as I have the guidelines here, I'm okay. I should just trust it and follow it the way it is. If I like it, that's it. If I don't, I go back and repeat those steps again. So let's see. I'm just yeah, kind of distracting my eyes from that sketch. So I'm just looking around, flip the canvas, maybe flip it upside down, and then come back to it. And you see, oh, it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. That's one way of doing it. You can actually also take a break, or you can, sleep on it and get back to it the very next day. All right. Now it's time for perspective. Ah, so excited. I don't know why. You know what? Let's use the same image. Alright, let's use the same one. The real process here, okay? This is not trying to show you my best work. I kind of want the immersion to just show his body because it's not important in this scene. It's not important to see his facial expression. And I'm gonna add one of the girls here, or maybe two heads here, something like that. So just having a just the overall picture of the shop and all that. And of course, this Martian is too big for the shop. You see, his head is gonna guard the ceiling, and I confirm it. Okie dokie. So we have bit space here and there, and with those, because they don't bother me. Just gonna bring this down here, down here, and hey, this is digital. You can edit them as much as you want, as much as you want. Should we bring it down? Nah, that's a bit of a stretch. But again, this panel set is too boring. Just a little bit over here. Come on, there you go. It's because I have the snap checkbox here checked. That's why it snaps. If you don't want that, again, you can just turn it off. And scale it up just a little bit more. Just about so. Well, for balance, I'm gonna scale this one too. Snap. There you go. So, I'm gonna scale so that I know I'm scaling a lot of things here, but I don't want it to be so plain page. I don't want that. And this one looks different, and yes, it does. Yes, it does. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, let's go to this sketch layer. Drop down the opacity because we're going to ink. But this time, you're gonna like it even more because I'm gonna show you something else here. Alright, this is another layer, but now raster layer, new layer, and go to vector. Alright, let's go to BG, which stands for background, and monochrome, nope, put it in color, so because I need the opacity here. Let me show you why. Alright, it's because I use this tool, mapping pen, to draw the backgrounds. Of course, it has to be black, not white, not transparent, black. And this one is a little bit opaque. I'm sorry, opacity at the edge, or it looks more smudged. So the difference between this and this. Zoom in, you see the difference. Sharp line, smooth line. Right? So here's the smooth line for the background, but it doesn't matter much. I mean, it depends on your personal preferences, but this is how the mangaka or manga artists do it. Right? So before we start with the background, now I'm going to show you the perspective ruler right here. So you go to ruler, you scroll down, and you hit that perspective ruler. And what do we do here? So in the previous versions, it was harder because you actually don't you don't select it from here. It was somewhere from up here, and then you go to, for example, perspective, and then you choose how many vantage points you want, and then it's gonna be there. And then you align it to your piece, and so it's so messy because again you get the lines everywhere, you know. And now they made it in a better way, so you just know what you have here. This is the height, right? This is going to be the width. This is going to be the length, or XYZ. So according to that, I'm going to draw the line. So I would advise you to stick to one of the boxes. For example, this box right here. So if you go around the image, it's just a sketch, and you're going to have a messed up perspective. So stick. You made them real close to each other, somewhat, so you can have a more realistic perspective. So with that, I'm gonna start off with the vertical here and there. I'm just gonna have it a little bit like that, and so actually, sorry, so it could be much more realistic. The drawing is going to change a little bit, but it's okay, it's fine, because it has to, widens upwards, right? Because it's coming towards us, and whenever the object is coming towards you, it gets bigger, right? So the more distance, the smaller the object is, and it applies here too. So I'm gonna do it this way and that way. My sketch is a little bit messed up. So I mean, normally it's a sketch, right? So it had no base to it. So that's what's going on here. Same thing here too. So I'm gonna just stick to this line. Stick to this line because they're lined correctly here. And there we go. We have our perspective. Alright, so this is it. And let's go to this layer. Going to color it black because it's an ink layer too. And make sure this button is pressed or clicked or on, whatever. Because with that, your pen is going to snap to the ruler. Okay, you see that? Going upwards, going backwards, going sideways. And you can start, with that you can start drawing your background. Make sure the line is thicker the closer it is. It gets thinner. Now, the thing with vector layer is that you go to the eraser, pressing A, or just go manually get it from there, and go to the vector eraser. From there, just go over the extra, release, and it's gone. Magic! It's gone, right? There you go. So you can just move all the extra layers here. No, this one wasn't an extra. This one is extra. This one is extra. This one is extra. And there we go. There we go. You have an object in here, and it's actually not following the perspective, so I'm just going to turn this off and bing, the thick, just like so. Kind of remove it from here, put this back on, and move it this way, turn it off again, and it's fine if you do it manually, it's fine, right? This thing is not supposed to, follow the perspective, so that's why it's fine, no matter how messed up it is. You can make this part a little bit thicker because it's the corner where the object meets the surface that it's on, and there creates a shadow on this corner. I admit it. I don't have a good sense of perspective, so yeah. There we go. There we go. So this way to fix it. It was because the vanishing point was too close, right? This is the vanishing point right here. It was too close, and then I dragged it out a little bit further. On general, the further it is, the more realistic it is, basically. If it's too close, then this one is far, this one is far. Because if it's too close, then you're gonna have it real dramatic, and sometimes it's just out of place. I'm not claiming that I'm really expert at this, and that's why I'm gonna stick to the, you know, the default realistic thing, which is having the vanishing points very far from the canvas. Here I leave you to choose whether to go to the next or previous video, but on your way there, please make sure you subscribe, check my other accounts, and with that, I'll see you guys on the other side.